Okay. Oh, that's super useful. This might actually be working. I can't tell if it
Hello.
actually is. Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
I can't believe that actually happened to me in my stream.
What happened?
I got to a boss and I realized halfway almost like straight destroying the boss that it's not going to let me beat it without having the thing that I need to beat the boss.
Ah, I see.
And to get the thing is not only based on RNG, but I have to do it perfectly.
Mmm. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I got to do that off screen. I'm not recording that. Fuck it. Because I hate everything about that.
Is it still Color Splash?
Yeah, still Color Splash.
Oh, okay.
It's for without spoiling too much for you at this point, I am at Windy Okupa right now.
Oh, okay.
So
So this is cool. Streamlabs OBS brings my Twitch chat up in the actual streaming app.
yeah, that was another reason why I kind of wanted you to try that, because it's like you can run that without even having to open your browser.
It never used to work, and now it works. So, actually, it says I'm live. It looks like I am. I don't know if
You're
I'm
live.
Actually, I am live. Okay, good.
Yeah, I was looking at it.
Okay. I need to actually
Just as once, I'm gonna sit in here and actually participate. Normally, I don't sit in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee streams, mainly because I know if I watch it, it's gonna make me want the game.
That's your reasoning. It's like I know I like Pokemon too much that I have to have it, so I can't watch it. I gotta pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah. No. That's exactly it. Like you joke, but no, that's exactly it. I am that addicted to Pokemon.
I mean, I really like Pokemon too, so I feel you, but
wasn't it a tie between that and Star Fox 2?
tie goes to the runner. Just like in baseball. Yes. I made a decision. I went eeny, meeny, miny, that one.
So, exactly. Eeny, meeny, miny, middle finger. Got it.
What, you wanted him to play Star Fox 2?
Maybe.
Oh.
Well, it was a tie.
So, that's a shame.
Just like in baseball, tie goes to the runner. And I made
a
split-second decision.
Did you get my message earlier?
Was it a personal message? Like a DM?
No, it was in the chat. It was in the chat. It was about the next Monster Hunter event.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. I was making sure.
I was thinking because I was gonna do my the poll, and I'm like, wait, shit, does the Monster Hunter event start now? And I tried looking it up, and I couldn't find it. I'm like,
No. It's that doesn't start until the 25th, because that'll be the 1 year that'd be the 1 year anniversary of Monster Hunter World.
Oh my god, yeah! Holy shit!
Yeah. It's been a year.
It's been long. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It seems like only yesterday that I was playing the beta when I was in Halifax.
Yeah.
In December of 2017. Like, holy crap. Well, all that crap is done, so all my social media crap's done, so now I can actually play the game. And by the way, if anybody's noticing, other than the fact that I have a bit of a layout now, I finally bought the glasses, so this looks more like Oni now.
So I do want to say this because I know he's probably either not online to watch the stream or anything. I got a gift for Vegeta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I asked an artist friend of mine who doesn't mind drawing these things off rip to draw him a certain picture of a certain character that he likes.
Well, shit.
I know he likes.
He usually shows up for these things, so I'm sure he will at some point.
Yeah, but like I'm not sure if he's done it yet, because the person that I asked to draw this is also he's trying to go kind of professional in Smash, so either he's practicing or he's asleep. But He did give me a picture to give to him temporarily, but I wanted the picture to be personalized. I'm going to send it to you in private. You cannot say anything.
Okay, I won't say anything.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming again, by the way, Chow.
Yes, I see you there, Chow.
So, if anybody's wondering, the reason why I've got a layout going now is because I finally got Streamlabs OBS to work, and holy shit, this is way better than XSplit.
Oh yeah,
If I can help it, I'm never going back.
Did you explore like some of the options that it has? Like, you can actually get like actual overlays and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Built into it.
Yeah, I looked into some of that shit. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's good. Another one that I use that actually can connect with Streamlabs is called Player.me, because that's where I get all my layouts. Like, you see me have multiple layouts and stuff like that. That's where I get my layouts and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, I'll have to take a look into that. I'm just doing a very basic one tonight until I figure it out.
Oh yeah, no, that works.
Box. What have I got in my box? It's been that long I haven't played, and I'm not sure what I have. Oh yeah, I got a Kangaskhan. I forgot about that. Okay. I think I've got what I need right now. So let's just fight some fucking rockets. It's been a long time since I played this, so.
Is that a rocket in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Hardy har har.
Oh wait, you could actually access your box via in the middle of the map.
Yep.
That is actually a much better thing.
See, this game takes improves a lot of the stuff, but it also removes a lot of stuff. So it takes 2 steps forward, 1 step back, essentially.
When I saw that Growlithe could not learn the stream speed, I felt like that was a big step back. Like, it's still a good Pokemon. It does learn a decent move, that everything, but like, I felt like it losing its best normal move that it could learn.
Yeah, it is a bit of a blow. Okay, so special attacks are in that attack, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay. It's funny because whenever I look at this game, I think of when you go into Citra and you up-res one of the 3DS games.
Oh yeah,
because that's kind of what it feels like.
They could have just made this a 3DS game. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but
they had to make something for the Switch.
I feel like this was both an experiment and a way to get people who play Pokemon Go to actually play a full Pokemon game. That's what it feels like to me, anyways. Because, yeah, like, just for example, so, just to give an example, so for, one of the things you pointed out, and it was just right, is, yeah, there actually is boxes, but you don't need to use them. You can just carry most of your Pokemon with you all the time. So you can easily switch out parties. You get the EXP share from the start, and you can't turn it off, as far as I know. Which kind of sucks, but... And also, for some reason, at least as far as I have figured out, and I've tried looking online to figure this out, there's no way to organize your Pokemon's moves. And that really frustrates me, because I like having my moves in a certain order. And I don't do it anymore.
This Golbat is kicking her ass. I want to point this out. I'm
switching to Oni.
Go hand him, Oni. Give him the 1-2.
When all else fails, send in the redneck.
Alright, so let's see. But yeah, like, I played through this entire game. I've actually almost caught all the Pokemon in the Pokedex. I really need to finish that, because it'll be the first time I did that since my first playthrough of Pokemon Red. And it was really fun to do. Now, there's some some aspects, like I said, some aspects were good, some aspects were bad. Like, just little things were improved, and then like little things, like minor things, were like taken away. The big thing that I think with people though, where their problem is that the EV/IV training is really reduced now. So that kind of reduces the competitive.
It's not a competitive Pokemon game. It's more for the casual, and I suppose that's fine and everything. I'ma still play 5th and 6th gen.
Yeah, and what I'll say is too is because there's no breeding, that turns off a lot of people too. And personally, I don't do breeding that much unless it's to get like a special move that I can't get or something like that. So that doesn't bother me. I play the Pokemon games just to go through the story and occasionally battle people. But so a lot of the problems people have, I don't have. But of course, I recognize that is, a lot of people play the games that way. So, when I actually was gonna do like a first impression style video, kind of like your Destiny video on this, but like it never ended up happening. Essentially my thoughts were, this is a pretty good first try for a console experience. It blends a lot of things together really well. It changed things for better and for worse, and in terms of a 3D remake of Pokemon Yellow, it's pretty good. Like, this is the game that I dreamed about ever since Pokemon, what's it called? Pokemon Stadium came out. Because I liked Pokemon Stadium, but I wanted a way to do a full adventure. And this is kind of...
I like Pokemon Stadium too. Also, hey guys.
Hey, thanks for joining the stream. What's going on,
but I look at it like this: if they're going to do more in this style, and they're probably going to do Crystal and stuff like that, I would want them to keep some of the big improvements, but not nerf a lot of it, just to get that full nostalgic value.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the thing is about what made 4th gen pretty decent was that when they came out with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, with all the new mechanics and all that stuff like that, the special physical split and stuff like that, they really changed the meta and stuff like that. But it also gave Heart Gold and Soul Silver, basically it gave 2nd gen new life, and you felt like you were going back into Johto for the first time with a new mindset. And that was what's so good about Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah, and what I'll say is, if they did do a 3D remake of Gold and Silver, I definitely wouldn't want it to be in this style, because it's too simplified. Because there's so much shit in Gold and Silver that, like, that you don't even think about. I just recently watched Tamashi Hiroka's video on Gold and Silver, and she goes over, like, everything. Like, things that I forgot about.
Oh yeah.
Like, and like, you don't even think about it, and they're just like so second nature. You're just like, oh yeah, that is in the game. But yeah, Gold and Silver definitely could not be done this way. I can see like Pokemon Yellow, Red, Blue, because they were more simpler games when they first came out. They didn't really go as in depth as we have now, so they can get away with it doing it in this style. But if they did like Gold and Silver, there's no way. They would have to put breeding back in. They would have to put a whole bunch of stuff back in.
Yeah. But like this was the same argument that I've had with some people about like looking into like Ruby and Sapphire, and then to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, because like there's a lot of stuff that they added to the game system to make it better into the 6th gen era and stuff like that.
Oh, dude!
But you could still feel like the ideas and methods of like the original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald in it. You could still feel that archaic stuff like that. But they really touched up on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear, go ahead.
One thing I was just gonna say is, when it comes to auras, they just fucking knocked it out of the park. They improved those games, like, because I like Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, but like there were little things about them that I didn't like, and I was just like, this is just barely there for me. This is just barely there for being a really, really good game. Like, and it's almost like I can't play the originals anymore. I have to play Auras now because it's just so they fix so many things in that game.
Because I didn't get Auras when it dropped. I got it later.
Yeah.
But like people were so complaining about like, oh, I don't like playing the second half of the game with all that surfing. Please. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Not only did they make surfing so much better in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they actually gave you a choice when it came to using Pokemon, because certain Pokemon did different things in the water. Like you could use your water starter with surfing, that's fine. But say you somehow got a Carvana and you evolved it into a Sharpedo, like before you got to the big surfing area and stuff like that. You could harp on a Sharpedo. The Sharpedo moves way too fast. It cuts down the travel time. It's they did so much to improve on basically the slow parts of the game.
And Sharpedo is one of my favorite water Pokemon, so it'd definitely be one I'd be going for anyway. So
yeah, it's just like there are certain things that they do when they do remakes and stuff like that I feel like if you're going to do a remake, don't take step backs just to make it feel like nostalgia. You could the nostalgia feeling won't be in the gameplay mechanics, but it'll be in the area where you are. Like this, like what I'm seeing on the screen right now, like this makes me feel happy because I like the rocket base. It was like one of my favorite parts.
Oh, actually, I'm glad that you're here watching this tonight because they added something really cool I want to show you. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but like they added a new mechanic that first gets introduced in the rocket base, and it's really cool. But yeah, this game is of all the negative things I can think of, there's at least 2 to 3 positives that I can think of with this game. So it's not, is it the best Pokemon game ever? No, in my opinion, nothing beats Gold and Silver. Like as far as I'm concerned, but would it? And is this a replacement for the originals? Kind of, but not really. I just think it exists.
I don't think there were ever top Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like the people who want the all that extra stuff, like the stuff that's more competitive, or the stuff like breeding and whatnot, and extra stuff that wasn't in the original game. Those remakes are great for that, and I still would play those remakes again over again, and the originals. I've just played the originals so much that I'm so familiar with it that this game was kind of a breeze for me. And a lot of people have made that complaint that this game's kind of easy too, but at the same time, like I've talked to people who had never played Pokemon, they were like, this game is hard. I'm like, what are you talking about? This game is not hard. And they're like, yeah, I can't get through the first place. I'm like, okay. You can't beat Brock?
I can actually see that because I look at it like this and stuff like that. Is that since they're going deep with the nostalgic and stuff like that, Brock, when you're first playing Pokemon Red and Blue, or if you're Japanese Red and Green and stuff like that, going to Brock for the first time is painful. It is a very painful fight. Like if you're not used to it, and like I can understand a lot of people who get into Pokemon Go who don't understand just like the basic mechanics of Pokemon, finding Brock and just like everything, like the first couple of gyms to be difficult until they get into the swing of things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more of a sense of hey, this is an entirely new experience. People have been telling me that I should play these games. I picked up Pokemon Go. I like the aspect of it. This is the Pokemon game for Pokemon Go play.
Yeah, it's an easy way to get into Pokemon, and then when they're ready, they can take on more of the bigger games like
Sun and Moon, not Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, not Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I forever I still haven't beat Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, even though I can do it at any given time.
Yeah,
they did one thing in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. They did two things that really pissed me off, and I kind of refuse to play the game because of it, but I will eventually complete it to have my thoughts on it. The first thing they did was they messed up 2 story parts for me. First off, there was a scene where Lily and the main character gets stuck on an island full of executive for a night. It was raining, and it was like, let's just chill out here for the rain. By removing Lily from that position and stuff like that, by removing Lily from that story aspect, you kind of just crippled the story. You crippled the story not only in terms of motivation, but you also crippled the story as terms of like character development when it comes to like the different characters in the story.
I'm glad you brought up Ultra Sun and Moon, because I found it kind of lazy and I didn't finish it either.
Yeah, it was just like.
Now, if somebody had never played Sun or Moon, then yeah, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon would be fine. But I just played them last year, and I was like Sun last year, and I'm like, I just did all this shit. I know there's extra stuff, but I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm not ready to replay this. So
oh yeah,
I ended up dropping it after about a month because I was barely playing it as it is, and then I think I got 3 challenges in, and I was like, I'm not, I already did all this. I'm not really feeling this. And that's not to say this is gonna make me sound like I didn't like it, but I didn't like Sun and Moon as much as I liked other Pokemon games. And it's not because it tried new things. I think it was a good idea to try new things. It just felt like parts of it felt like a bit of a slog, and
oh yeah,
the story was one of those things that I didn't really care too much about. Like, it's as much as, as this was Pokemon really putting their, balls to the wall and trying to have a good story, it just didn't really jive with me. Like, let me put it this way. The 3rd gen story jived with me more than this game, than Sun and Moon's.
Oh yeah.
And the 3rd gen game story is the first time they really tried to have story, I would say. Like, the first time they really gave it their all, other than it just being, oh, it's Team Rocket, but even though it's still, it's Team Magma Aqua, basically. So,
Aqua.
Yeah. Magma Aqua, whatever the one in Emerald
you didn't get the red candy in the top right corner.
Yeah, I gotta get it.
Yeah.
But is the story bad in Sun and Moon? No, but it's not good either.
I mean, I look at it like you're not. When it comes to the base story of Sun and Moon, is that you're basically not playing your character story, but you're basically watching the story around you unfolding, and you're just happen to be there. And while that's not bad storytelling, like I would just be like, that's a nugget. I thought it was rare candy. Why do you think it was rare candy? It's the 2nd floor. No, it's not bad storytelling per se when done correctly, where the main character isn't the main influencer of the story, but rather just a vessel in which other people can just experience the story around them. Mm-hmm. By nerfing and removing certain character aspects and stuff like that, it really just makes the story fall apart in places. This was what I was saying why like I didn't want to finish Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Like the whole thing about Sun and Moon was with Luzamine. That was fine. That was actually fine. She going crazy because she lost her husband. That was totally fine. And, and you had that, ambiguous, is Faba evil? Is Faba not evil? I'm not sure if Faba's just there to be Faba. But then when the anime came out and they actually showed Luzamine, and Luzamine was just to quote my friend Sean, she was 100% based, which means really good. I don't know. I don't listen to these children's lingo. But
dude, I'm already getting to the age where I'm like, I don't understand the kids' lingo.
Me neither. But no, like, it's like her character in the anime was 100% better than any characterization I've ever seen of her. and there's only been like the games and stuff like that, and then they did a lot of things. They did a lot of things that made it less appealing, made her character more fleshed out, made her insanity less implausible, and that's what they wanted to do with the games. And I'm just like, well, keep her like, if you're going to change her character and not make her be the big bad, Rainbow Rocket was fine. I like the concept of multiple dimensions and stuff like that, from different Ultra Warhorns, the Recon Squad and stuff like that, all that kind of stuff. That was perfectly fine. But don't change Luzamin's character just to try to fit an archetype from a different source, because the games and anime have always been separate. She went from an unrepentant villain to a sympathetic villain, and not in a good way. And it's just like, I can't drive with that.
Yeah,
These are words.
And I think one of the things is when originally I was really happy with that they tried a lot of new things, but when I was playing Ultra Moon, when I was playing through it, I was like, part of me was just like, I just miss getting gym badges. Like, I miss these things that I remember from the series, and I get it. You can't do the same thing over and over again. Eventually, it becomes repetitive. Kind of like I know probably people are going to be upset if I say this, but kind of how I felt with 4th gen. It felt really repetitive and slow, and I wasn't a fan of it. But I mean, it's one of those things where they had to try something new, because if they just did the same thing for the 7th generation again, it would seem old and tired. And to a formula that was already old and tired. And because as much as I like X and Y, by that point it's like, I know what Pokemon is. We get the gist of it. And that's another game where they tried to inject story into it, and it didn't really work. But though
I don't know. It's just that I feel like X and Y story was hit and miss, only because we didn't get any interaction with the main bad guy at all.
Yeah, that's true. And see,
it was just like,
and that's the difference with say 5th gen, like it's specifically the first games, not Black and White 2. You saw the villain / rival character pretty much the whole game, and they were really pushing the story, but it's still not a very good story. Like, it's just Pokemon's fault. It's just not gonna have a good story, I feel, no matter what.
I'm just smiling and nodding.
I feel like because don't get me wrong, I like 5th gen, I like Black and White. I did like Black and White 2 to an extent, not per se with the story, but more with the gameplay aspects and stuff like that. Oh my god,
I could gush about Black and White.
Yeah, it was really. The problem is that when you're writing a storyline, that if you're writing a story for a game, and I've actually gone through this with a lot of people who make games with RPG makers and stuff like. I'm like, when you're writing story for a game and stuff like that, the tone of your game sets the tone of your story. Case in point, I've always, like, as much as I enjoy playing, say, Pokemon Insurgent, I will forever condemn its story for being too edgy. Because at the end of the day, as much as I like the Delta Pokemon, I like the Gen 5 aesthetic. I like the Gen 5 aesthetic. I like all the little items they added, all the mechanics and stuff like that. How it's both accessible for not only the casual players, but it actually has a really decent and strong competitive scene as well. I will always condemn the story because, like, it added edge in a universe that didn't need edge. It added a tone to it that didn't really need it, because the universe already had that level of darkness and all that kind of stuff. But you have some plot points and stuff like that. You have a cult of Darkrai who, if you're playing the actual Dark story, sacrifices people to summon Darkrai. Not a lot of times. You have the cult of the Abyss, which is Kyogre. It's basically Team Aqua, but much more darker, because they plan on They plan on basically their plan is we're going to raise the sea level so high that ancient Pokemon from the sea, like that live in the bottom of the sea, like stuff like in the Marianas Trench.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon from there will come up, and they'll have strong Pokemon to rule the world. That's pretty fun.
Just gonna flood the world so stronger water Pokemon can come up.
Yeah, because this happens for I never really talk about this. The story of Pokemon Resurgence takes place 50 years after Pokemon Black and White.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, and it's in this new region. Instead of having all these criminal organizations like that, they have cults. The cult of Darkrai, the cult of the Abyss, the cult of, I forgot what Team Magma was, but Team Magma was a thing because their leader could, he had an ability. He was psychic or something, and he had this ability that he could actually project his voice, or he had this chemical or something he could project, and he could actually mind control people. You have the Cult of Perfection, which was basically Team Rocket 2.0, but I actually liked the Cult of Perfection because they were basically a traditional team with a cult name, and there was only 2 members. Like, it was like this random rival character you ran into, and then like the actual champion of the region was a cult member. And so you also had the Cult of the Sky, which was Rayquaza and stuff like that, and that was and you find out that that leader was actually the hero of the region, and it's just like there was a lot of stuff that they did right. There's a lot of stuff they did wrong in terms of just making things a little too edgy, a little too violent, characters dying, and all that kind of stuff.
Is Insurgents, is it a ROM hack or a fan game?
It is a fan game. It was made with the Pokemon Essentials, which is now ceased and desist. Because apparently they ceased and desisted when they announced Pokemon's Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Right.
So it was like we don't want people playing fan games when they could be playing our games. But honestly, I would, as much as I like console Pokemon. I like the thought of a console Pokemon game. I look at it like this: I'd rather be playing Pokemon Insurgents than this, because of just how little they have in this thing.
Just getting back to improvements and whatnot. One example that I always give about making changes to Pokemon, but in a good way. I know a lot of people disagree with me on this. I have to say Pokemon Black and White for that. And the reason I say Pokemon Black and White specifically is because I liked the idea that I was thrown in unfamiliar territory. You had to use all the new Pokemon. You couldn't use any old ones. You had the leveling system had changed to where it was made so that it was based on both Pokemon's levels, not just the one you're fighting. And it made other little changes to the game that made it more difficult, but not difficult in a way that it's punishing, that I really enjoyed.
It gave you a challenge.
It made Pokemon challenging again, because, like, if I'm going to be real, Pokemon's been easy since it started. Like, it's once you figure out how Pokemon works, it's not a tough series to play, and that's part of its charm. But I think the reason why I put 5th gen, at least the first games, in such high regard is that I felt like, I'm not going to breeze through this in a week. And it was nice because it put me back when the first Pokemon games came out, where I was in unfamiliar territory. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. The fact that they restricted you at the start of the game to just the new Pokemon was exciting to me. It was just like, it was the exact same feeling I got when I first played Pokemon. I'm just discovering all the new monsters and stuff like that. And, playing it now, I know enough of it that I can get through it just fine and not worry about it. But I'm still discovering things about that game every time I replay it. And it's just sad because a lot of people I talk to say they despise 5th gen, which I'm like, why? Because you wanted the same thing over again? It's like, come on.
One person that I talk to a lot, and is like that, would say that they hate fifth gen and sequentially third gen for that reason that you like it, because like they restricted you to to a certain amount of Pokemon. They wanted to shout out the new Pokemon and stuff like that. And like honestly, I felt like I'm always in constant disagreement with that, because like you said, it was like a new learning experience. Like you just booted up Pokemon the first time, you know.
And
Excuse me.
Just comparatively to say fourth gen, where they made it progressively more difficult, but they made it artificially difficult, where they just made things stronger. I think I remember I fought some Rocket or whatever the team was. I think it was Team Plasma in that game. I fought a Team Plasma member. I went through a snowy mountain, and then I got to another map where I fought another Team Plasma member, and they had risen 10 levels. And I'm like, were you just expecting I was gonna grind for a few hours or what? Because, like, that's a huge level jump for me, and I could handle it obviously because my Pokemon were close to their levels. But it was like, holy shit! Like, when they put you in that forest early on, and they give you with that person that has a Chansey. I'm trying to remember. I think that's what it is.
It wasn't a Chansey. It was a. I know what you're talking about, because you eventually go back to that forest to go to the Haunted Mansion.
And they incentivize you to use that time to like double up on experience. And I didn't realize that the first time I played, and I ended up getting my ass kicked really hard in all the future battles past it. I'm like, why am I sucking so hard? And then I realized in a second playthrough, I'm like, well, no shit, they did this on purpose so that you would actually grind. And I'm like, that's not good game design. That's basically saying, here's an aspect of the game that, you know, that's considered busy work in a lot of RPGs. You're gonna have to do it. And you know what? That's fine for Dragon Quest 1 because it's an NES game, but for a DS game, I expected a little bit more, especially the Pokemon series.
Here's the problem with Diamond and Platinum. Not Diamond and Platinum. Diamond and Pearl was that
Platinum did fix a lot of problems, but it added.
Yeah, Platinum did fix it, but Diamond and Pearl was rushed, and you could tell by a lot of stuff that was going on with the game and stuff like that, just the difficulty curve and everything. That's why I tell people, if you're gonna play fourth gen games, just play Platinum, play Heart Gold, play Soul Silver. They fixed a lot of stuff in there and everything. Like, I bought Diamond and Pearl. I bought Diamond, but then I went back and turned around and bought Platinum. I was like, Platinum seems like a better choice.
So I got Pearl. Actually, my buddy Corey bought Pearl and a DS, and he got bored of it. So he sold it to me for like a really good deal at that point, because DSs were expensive, and so was games for it. I think I paid him like $100 for it. It was like brand new. It was a DS Lite and stuff, and for it and the game. And I played through Pearl. I played through it because I was really excited to play a new Pokemon game, because I didn't have a DS and I knew I was going to miss out on 4th gen. I have tried to replay Pearl, and I even got Platinum, because I know a lot of people told me Platinum fixed a bunch of stuff. I'm like, okay, well, I'll give it another shot. I have yet to play through 4th gen a second time. And it's not for lack of trying. I've tried a couple times, but there's always a point I get to, and I'm like, I'm done. And I know there's a lot I've argued with my friends like Paige and Danny and stuff, and they say that it's one of the better games, and in fact they'll say it's better than Black and White, and I have to say, well, how come I can complete Black and White 5 times over now, and I've beaten Pearl once? Like, there's got to be a reason why, and I think it's mostly because people prefer that, I guess, 4th gen for breeding. I'm not sure, because I know that Danny does a lot of breeding. So
it's rare for me to go back and play any older Pokemon game now, because like I get frustrated. But back when I used to play 4th gen games, I used to play Platinum, I used to play Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and all that kind of stuff. I think what really drew me to actually play those games on a more consistent basis was that I look at it like it had a lot of just decent Pokemon that I know that like later down the line that I could just pick and go. It's like playing, like I was playing 2nd gen, where I would pick up, say, I would pick up Noctowl. I'll pick up Togepi. I'll pick up Spinarak.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know in second gen, a lot of people like now those Pokemon aren't as good as they need to be. Like, I mean, well, let's see. Togekiss is actually probably one of the better fairy types. But like not with Noctowl and Ariados and stuff like that, they're just not that good. But I knew in that particular game, that Pokemon will just will just breeze through it. I did a Nuzlocke where I took some of those early Pokemon and just kind of ran through the game. And that's the same feeling I get when I pick up, like, say, Platinum, and I just pick up, like, say, oh, here's B-Barrel. Oh, yeah, because you can get, like, you can B-Barrel. B-Barrel is a good normal type for early game. You pick up Shinx that goes to the Luxray. Luxray's a good electric type. You can get a fossil Pokemon early in that game, in Platinum. You can do a lot of stuff in Platinum. It's like Diamond and Pearl, not so much. There's a lot of stuff still wrong with those games. They're like, I don't see why people can go back to them and just say, "Oh, this is good. This is good. I play this game. And it's really good." No,
I actually there were some things I forgot about in those games I didn't like. There was a video I recently watched of I can't remember the YouTuber's name, but he did a video on how to get Pokemon from earlier gen games over to the Pokemon banks used in newer games. One of the things he spent an entire video talking about all the things you'd have to do in Diamond or Pearl to transfer your Pokemon from the GBA games, and it's like a lot of stuff you have to do, like a lot of stuff. He said in the least amount of time, skipping trainers, doing all these things, it still took me like 15 hours because you have to play through the entire game pretty well. You have to get the national decks. That's the main thing that you have to get.
Oh yeah.
And it's and that, you know what, transferring my Pokemon from the GBA games isn't a big deal to me, so it's, I don't care. But if you did, it's like, holy shit, you never. And if you skip 4th gen, it's like you got a lot to work on if you want to move your Pokemon up. Is this move disabled? Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, she's fine. Anyways. Something I forgot to mention. Ryguy's here. Hey, Ryguy, sorry I didn't say hello earlier.
Ryguy exists in a singularity that we can only see if we had the power of Ghost.
I have
my name.
Yeah, sorry I didn't say hello to you earlier. We got in deep Pokemon conversation.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Right.
By the way, good job on your new video.
Ghost.
So, sorry, what was that, Zero?
Good job on your new video.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so this is one of the new parts of the game, by the way, Kirby, that I wanted you to see. So this asshole threw the key up there. What a dick. So now, if there's Stu or something, I might be able to reach this. This aspect doesn't get used a lot in this one, but it does. This is one of the key times it's used. So basically now, we're gonna get control of Pikachu.
Oh, neat.
As he goes up into the vent and gets that Pokeball item for us, or that item for us. So you can go into the vents, you can look in other rooms, like, oh, what's going on in here? Okay, yeah, all right. But you can also go down here. He can knock over. Can he knock it over? Yeah, he can knock over that stuff. Now this is you gotta be a little careful on being on these pipes, because Pikachu can fall off. But that one, it just skips it for you because it knows it's kind of difficult. So there's that item. Yeah, Pikachu got the lift key. And Jesse and James are like, what was that noise? Oh, Pikachu. There we go. So yeah, Pikachu can do stuff for you now. Alright, so now that we did that, we've got the lift key, so I'm gonna go. Oh my god, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm gonna go and actually just quickly heal my boys up, my pokes up, because they're getting a little low. And now that I have the lift key, I can quickly get through some of these sections. So we might just as well do that, and then I'll take on the last bit of the rocket. The rockets in here. Right guy, wrong game.
Oh.
We're playing Pokemon. We'll play Kamen Rider Chronicle later.
Oh.
Mine hasn't come in the mail yet. That was really cool.
Welcome, chap in the making. Welcome to the Game Corner, where we can gamble and you can't.
Yeah, that was that's another change that I was like, huh. I will say though, I'm okay with them changing the games in Heart Gold and Soul Silver to Voltorb Flip, because there's a website you can go to that helps you get through it. It's not 100% accurate, but I use it to get a few TMs, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah,
I have to.
Sorry, go ahead.
I have to say, like, I think out of all the worstest things I've ever experienced in a Pokemon game, both fan and a classic, had to be two things. Okay, puzzles. Not exactly saying like you gotta flip this, do this, all that stuff. No, just straight up puzzles where you have to like move pieces around just to complete something. You know, like the stuff in Runes of Alph. I don't like that. I've done it.
Yeah. Runes of Alph isn't terrible, but I mean, it is a time waste. It's like a time sink. So,
yeah.
I'd have to say the worst, and this is one of the downsides to Platinum, is they added before you get to the Pokemon League, they added this like maze. And I spent hours with a guide trying to get through it, and I couldn't do it, and that's when I officially gave up.
Okay, yeah, I know.
I was like, I can't do it. I can't get through this fucking thing. And I wanted to see the rest of the game. I'm like, because I kept saying to myself, I am going to beat 4th Gen a second time. I am going to beat this game. I'm not going to let it beat me, and it beat me. And I was just like, I was done. I think I spent something like 6 to 8 hours in that puzzle. I'm not good at puzzles already. And then it threw a maze at me, and I was like, I just can't do it. I couldn't do it. I tried. My damnedest.
That is fair. But like I said, like going back to that and stuff like that, like there was so much after the Pokemon League though.
I know, and that's what I was trying to get to. I was trying to get to all this extra shit and all this stuff that people said was really good about it. But that maze just killed me. It just you got to at least experience once. Only if, because it's the part of the new content there in Platinum was the what was it called from 3rd Gen? That the not the Pokemon League, but the other one. It was not Mount Silver. That was 2nd Gen.
It was the Battle something. The Battle Frontier.
Battle Frontier.
Yeah, the Battle Frontier, which had some of the best characters, and also introduced a Gen 5 character before Gen 5. No, 3rd Gen introduced a Gen 5 character before she was officially a Gen 5 character. It was I'm gonna have to look this up. Like I know what her name is, but I wanted to make sure. It was she was in the Hoenn Battle Frontier, and she was the leader of, I want to say, oh no, was it this one? Was it 3rd Gen or was it 4th Gen? I want to say 4th.
Really? Use Toxic? Man, Pokemon in this game have an affinity for using Toxic. I just love it.
Okay, yeah. You meet her in the fourth gen. There's a butler who runs as the frontier brain, and you actually see him. You actually see the character sprite next to him. You in fourth gen, you run into Caitlyn, who was the Elite Four in Gen 5.
Oh.
Yeah, you battle her butler, and she actually appears next to a sprite, so it's actually kind of cool.
Oh, okay. So they did a little bit of teasing then for 5th gen.
They also had a character that has not appeared not even in the anime, but she is exclusively in the games and in the manga, which is one of my favorite characters who would never appear in any other games as Arcade Star Dahlia.
I know who that is. But she's not in any of the other games?
Nope. This was her first and last appearance.
Was she in the anime?
Nope.
That name seems so familiar. I must have watched a video talking about her.
Like Darach is the butler of Caitlyn, and Caitlyn comes in 5th gen. Palmer was in the anime.
Okay.
Palmer was the anime because that's Barry's dad.
Oh, okay. His name is just Palmer, not just Paul?
No, Palmer.
Arnold Palmer? I don't know.
Then there's Thornton, Argenta, and Dahlia. And they only appeared in the Pokemon Adventures manga.
Huh.
But they're really good characters.
I need to read the rest of Adventures.
Yeah.
I only read up to the first couple of volumes. That's all my library had back in the day. Okay, Jesse and James. Let's do this. It's double battle time.
Double battle.
Double battle. Go Pupper and Bimmy.
Right, good.
Go to Pooper and to Bammy.
You playing with your video games over there?
Go away, Dad.
Cyclone. That was my reintroduction to Kamen Rider, so I was glad I sat there and watched that. That and Forza.
Oh, so you watched Double and Foes?
I refuse to call it Foes because because they clearly say Forza in the show.
Foes, Ikoze.
That doesn't work, Zero. Zero.
Yes, it does. It's in the theme song. I'm not getting into this conversation.
Okay, what the Forza, man?
What the
God,
Forza?
this is what the fours. That's just fours. It sounds wrong.
I think what really got stuck with me.
May the fours be with you.
Oh, shut up, Rye Guy.
May the foes be with you. No, what really stuck with me with Forza was the jock. Okay.
Oh my God!
I was watching it, and it was just when he did his smile, and you hear the Mario coin in the background. I said, "I'm done."
Kidding? I love that also all the characters and foes have like things that they do. Like the jock specifically, he uses the I forget the name of it, but the battle armor thing.
The power dizer,
yeah.
Yeah.
And they specifically have him on the group because he's the jock and he's buff and he can handle it. Whereas you've got, weak, deteriorating body, main asshole guy, who can't. It's been a while since I watched it, so I can't remember the name.
He's just like, man, I don't watch Friends. I can handle my body just gave out.
Yeah. Gets constant migraines that cause his entire body to go nuts. Yeah, I really liked. That was the second Rider show. Oh, not the second one I finished because I finished. I watched O's and Double first, and then I finished O's.
I started O's, and then I wasn't really interested. Then I watched Double, and then Double really stuck with me, and I finished that. And then I watched the movie, and then I watched Forza, and I finished that. I started Wizard, got halfway through it, and then stopped. And then I went back and finished it. So, what I need to watch now is from Wizard on. Except for Gaim, because I did watch Gaim.
It's funny, because, Wizard I was the same way. I watched about halfway through, and I dropped it. Then I went back and finished it before, just when it was ending. And Gaim was fantastic. I will say, I was really worried when Drive was first announced that it was going to not be good, but Drive really surprised me. It's actually really good.
I've only watched the movie of Drive. I watched both of the Drive movies. The one where the world got all weird, and then you had Commander Sango, I think.
Oh, that one. The superhero Tyson movie, I think it was.
Yeah, and then I watched the one where it was Drive versus the ninjas.
Oh yeah,
and that got me interested in the ninjas because I the one thing I really liked about this is when that one really clicked with me was because the characters in the ninja was just oh, we're all brothers and sisters and stuff like that. I was like, oh, so it's kind of like Magi Ranger.
Kind of. It's just too bad the ninja ended up not being very good.
Yeah, I watched only the first 10 episodes, and that's only because the 10th episode was the anniversary episode.
Let me put it into perspective. You'll see people defend Go Sager, Go Busters, Tokyuger, even Q Ranger and Zuoger. No one's defending the ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I gave up when I've said this before, but I gave up when I got to the episode about the Blue Ranger's lawnmower. I was just like, I'm done. I have given this show enough.
A lawnmower is a British man's pride.
I literally I remember I facepalmed. I'm like, is this really this episode's about a lawnmower? I'm like, are you kidding me?
It's like, oh, but it's a comedy series. You guys are taking it too seriously.
Yeah, but it displayed itself like being like Shinkenger, which is you can't do that, guys. It's you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Here's the thing. It's that episode was the way everything was shot, scripted, and it's very clear you want me to take this seriously. Mm-hmm. But I can't because
You're saying, Kirby?
I feel like what's up with James's face when he loses? Holy shit! That caught me off guard. No, my problem with Ghost Sager was that it was kind of dry in terms of Sentai. It was just really, really dry.
It is a little dry, but I still really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and then it's dry, and then you get to you get to the Go Kaiser and just yes, this is moist.
Yeah, Go Kaiser was my first Sentai, actually the first one I watched. And what a way to start, because it introduced me to a whole. It was like literally when I was watching it, I want to watch that one, and that one, and that one, and I maybe watched a few.
I
of
want
them.
this one and this one and this one. No.
And okay, so maybe I lied a little bit. I technically watched Live Man first, but I only watched a little bit of it unsubbed, so I don't count that.
So it was. So what you're saying is it wasn't very lively.
I knew you were gonna make some fucking dumb pun.
High five.
Actually, I tried to with some friends make my own Power Rangers series based off of Live Man. Like, I still have almost all the footage. We almost finished it. We were getting to ADR and we never finished that part of it. I actually have an edit still somewhere, and my friend's band did a theme song for me. We were gonna call it Power Rangers B Squad.
Nice.
One of these days I'll fish it out and probably upload it to my YouTube channel because I made an intro and everything for it.
Well, Zero, if you're lucky, hopefully one day like Shout Factory will get to releasing it one day because they're planning on releasing like pre Zero Ranger Sentai.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. Live Man's definitely one I would pick up on DVD.
Jetman's been released, so.
Oh, I need to pick up Jetman. Jetman's really good. Especially the Yellow Ranger. My cabbages!
I honestly, I have this argument going on between me and this dude named Mike. And I've mentioned Mike before. Mike is a very terrible person, and you should never talk to him for any long periods of time. But I end up doing this, and this is always a bad thing. First and foremost, you have to understand Mike does not like watching anything subbed because he can't watch the show and read the subs at the same time, which I find is absolutely bullshit because he plays visual novels. Second of all, he says to me that Dino Charge was better than Q Ranger because it didn't have the samba dance. And I'm just like,
you mean Kyoryuger? Oh yeah,
Kyoryuger.
I've heard you talk about this guy, and I'm like, okay, I don't like comparing the two because
they are different.
Kyoryuger's arguably one of my favorite Sentais. It and Tokyuger are tied for me for my favorite. And
I want to sidebar here. I could not get into Tokyuger.
Tokyuger, I don't know. It's just really silly and I like it. I'm really glad they didn't do the right is always right thing for more than like a few episodes because that would have gotten annoying. But I liked the premise of that the Rangers were kids. But in either way, like I don't feel it's right to compare Dino Charge to Kyoryuger because they're very different shows. Even though the people like Yoshi, for example, is a huge Sentai fan, and he got the cast into more of their Japanese counterpart of their characters. I'd say for the better not because I think that it should be an exact clone of the Sentai. Samurai is a good example of why you don't do that. But because it made it probably easier for them to interact with the footage that they're using. Because there are some Power Ranger seasons where you can tell they have no idea what the fuck the footage is doing. So they have no idea how to react to it. Like Dino Charge felt really, really... They did a really good job with it. They're both great shows. It's hard for me to say if I like one over the other, but yeah, that is kind of ridiculous. It doesn't have the salsa dancing. It doesn't have the sexy dancing. So therefore, it's inferior.
Okay, Zero. It sounded like you just said the salsa dancing.
He did say it. He did say salsa. No, but like I say to him that the themes for that was basically I said. Like there's the themes of the dinosaurs and stuff like that, and themes of Carnival, which is really interesting that they actually went that route. Only because that I know that Brazil has a really big Japanese community. Mm-hmm. It's one of the few countries that actually have like a big Asian community, and they do speak Japanese over there. Mm-hmm. Another thing, is that this show was about self-improvement and learning more about yourself and how you can actually provide, how you put yourself out there in the community. Because you had the Pink Ranger who was always who was the rich girl, but she wanted to be something more. She wanted to be the tomboy that she really was. She was always forcibly, put in the situation where she's she has to be prim and proper. She wants to be herself versus being the image that her family wants her to be.
Also, she has great legs.
Red legs. She kicks everything.
Oh yes.
You had Nosan who really just he basically he needed to know that what he was doing was actually worth it. And then this is covered in their individual episodes. Like, he wanted to know what he was doing was worth it, because he was taking care of her sister and her child, and he was just like, I want to be there for them, I want to protect them, and he just needed that reformation that he was being the greatest uncle and brother that he could be.
Also, I'm pretty sure that Nosan is Ragai's favorite character because he always makes bad dad jokes and puns.
Yes, he's my favorite blue Sentai.
I knew it.
Senshi, so there's that.
I knew it. I actually have screenshots from some of his that I took way back when the show was airing. Some of his puns, and I was posting them on Facebook, and people were like, I don't want to know what this show is because now I've seen what the puns are. I mean, you know what they say, denial is not just a river in Egypt.
And now when you look at them again, you'll think of me!
I know.
Yeah, the Green Ranger, he wanted to discover his own style, but he didn't want to open up and tell his father that. And he actually showed off, showed that he learned in his own way. He adapted the style in his own method. And the Black Ranger just wanted revenge at that point, and he was afraid of losing people.
Also a playboy.
Yes. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Oh, wrong playboy.
Oh my god. But no. Unless you're fucking like Gao Yo, and he's just like, oh my god.
Oh my god, Devil Artemis, what have you done?
Oh no.
Exactly. No, there's this YouTuber I follow called Devil Artemis. I just refreshed my YouTube Dash page, and he just posted a video of Perfect Cell versus Mastered Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Oh god. Oh, I love those. I love the you say run goes with anything with Shaggy. That specific one is amazing. Oh man. But yeah, it's like there's I thought about it for a long time, and I have to say that Kyoryuger is definitely one of my favorites. It just the characters are just really well done, and it has a pretty decent sequel that was made in Korea. And it just all around it's just such a really good show, and Dino Charge was able to make a just as good show, in my opinion, out of that footage, and it didn't have to follow the same storyline, which was good, because that was one of people's biggest criticisms about Samurai. Because Shinkenger, I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's really, really good. But Samurai apparently is just a watered down version of that with some Americanized elements.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something?
I just have a question. This is because I have never seen. I've watched some of the Ninja, but I've not seen Ninja Steel. Is Ninja Steel better than the Ninja?
Oh my god, it's way better.
Yeah. For me, it is better, but that's not really saying much because source material is kind of bad. Really bad, I should say.
When I did the podcast on it with these guys, they weren't super keen on it, but I have to say I really, really like Ninja Steel.
Yes.
It's not the best, but it's far from the worst. I'll say that much in terms of Power Rangers.
It's like, yeah, honestly, you can't really sink any lower than Ninja ever did. So, yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. It could have been Ninja. Thank God it isn't.
I need to see the list of Super Sentai that I've missed because I started watching.
You could probably try like with like an earlier mid 2000 Sentai like Deca Ranger or Maji Ranger, and just work your way up from there. That's just me though.
Maji Ranger's really good. I still need to finish it though. The thing is, I find like a lot of the Sentais are a little bit of a slog for me now. I have been trying my hardest to finish Zyuohger because I know there's some later stuff that happens that I want to see, but like a lot of the times I'm like, I really don't want to watch it right now. I want to watch something else, even though I really want to see what happens. Because I'm so behind on Sentai. Like I'm stuck in the middle of Zyuohger. That's where I am right now.
Okay, so the next one that I need to see is I have not decided if I really want to watch Lupin Ranger versus Powder Ranger.
Lupin Ranger.
Lupin. It's only because I always butcher it when I try to say it, and second of all, I'm a big Lupin the Third fan, and like I'm sorry, I can't see a Sentai with Lupin in it in any way, shape, or form.
From what I heard, the show's not really doing too good. I have a lot of catching up to do. So,
did you drop Q Ranger?
I did, but then I played catch up. So,
does it get better, or does it get worse?
Define better.
It didn't get better for me, but I want you to make your own judgment on that. So,
well, I mean, in your opinion, you didn't think it got better, eh?
I didn't think it didn't get better for me. But again, this is just me talking because everyone I know around me likes Q Ranger, so
it's funny because I'm seeing a lot of people say they didn't like it.
I need to watch the next one that's coming up, which is Kishiryu Sentai Rue Soldier.
Yeah, it's originally what we originally thought was going to be a Dragon Knight motif, I believe. Yeah. It's another dinosaur Sentai.
Which I'm like, come on! You just did one not that long ago. Just friggin'
that's my biggest issue with it. I'm not saying this will automatically make the show bad. It's just there's a reason Zyuranger, Abaranger, and Kyuranger had those 10-year age gaps. So,
and the thing about it that I think of when I think of it, I'm like, what's a dinosaur knight? That doesn't make any sense. I've never seen anything in outside of maybe
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Wonder Boy or Yu-Gi-Oh! Use dinosaur knights. Dragon knights, yes. I've seen dragon knights in a lot of stuff, so it seemed like a no-brainer. Or even a mystical thing, kind of like they did with Ghost Ager. Like, it just seems such a waste to do dinosaurs again. As much as I like dinosaurs. I don't know.
Kamen Rider ZO.
I am loving it so far, especially.
I have never heard of it.
It's the current Rider series that's airing, and also the last Heisei era Kamen Rider series.
Yeah.
So what's the new era going to be called?
We don't know yet. We won't know until the new Emperor of Japan decides what he's going to call it. Despite what people seem to think, like the Tokusatsu series doesn't determine the era; it's Japan's government that determines the era. This is why I made this is
agreements that Neo Heisei is a dumb thing, and anyone who thinks it's an actual thing is.
This is why I made a group called Neo Heisei's Not a Thing. Stop making it a thing.
There was nothing to indicate this. That anything after decade is a new era.
And the thing is, people are only saying it is because the special effects got better, and they used they switched to UHD over using just a regular HD.
And a lot of the arguments like people bring up to try to justify it as being a new era. I'm looking at you, Kamen Rider Wiki. It's like this is stuff that happened in like prior Heisei before.
I think people just have a hard time linking shows as old as Kuga to something as new as Zio. I think that's where it comes down to. I think people are just like, well, it's changed too much, so it's got to be a different era. It's like, no, like Neo Saban, that makes sense because they didn't own Power Rangers for like almost 10 years, and then they bought it back. But Toei's never stopped making Kamen Rider, except for that period in the 90s where they didn't make Kamen Rider, with the exception of a few movies. So it just, anytime I hear that Neo Heisei, or Heisei Phase 2, I should say as well, because I've heard that one as well, I'm just like, no. It even says on the Kamen Rider Zero's opening, 20 years of the same era, guys.
And if we go by the logic of it being a new era, then for Kamen Rider Tyson, we should have also gotten a Neo Heisei era Loxy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why people like it's just a fan term thing. People just need to split things up like that because it doesn't make sense otherwise for them, I guess. I don't know.
Your guess is about as good as mine.
Anyways, hi Shadow Snake.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Sorry, I was...
Yeah, sorry, we were talking about our Japanese bugmen.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, does that mean we're going to get a new Garo series?
Potentially.
Good.
Because they've been making them pretty much every other, if not every year.
I have not seen anything from Garo yet, so yeah.
I've seen a bit of the first one. I watched the third one when it was airing. Well, not all of it. And the last one that was just subbed by Overtime, I haven't seen. But I hear they're good.
Okay.
The only thing I'll say is that in the first Garo series, the fights use the suits, whereas in the later ones, they use CG. So just be aware of that going into it. Because the CG, especially from the season I saw, was not very good. Like,
I'm trying to remember which season that I recently rewatched. It was the episode, like the first episode. I remember.
God damn it!
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, no, I watched Makai Senkei. That was the last one I watched, which was the third one.
Yeah, that's the one that I watched. It was really good. It also had the dude who played what was the Silver Ranger's name in Gokaiger again? I can't remember his name.
Guy.
Yeah, Guy, the actor who plays Guy, his character's introduction is him fucking bitches. I am not kidding.
Huh. Shit.
And the funny thing is, while that was airing, he went back to do Superhero Tyson as Guy, and like, I'm just like if you watched it and then watched Superhero Tyson, you're like, this just feels weird.
Super Sentai. It gets you all the girls.
Also, the guy who plays Decade, I think, is in the 4th or 5th series.
Tsukasa, Masahiro, his actor's name is Masahiro Inoue.
Yeah. I actually follow him on YouTube. I should know this. By the way, he's a badass.
Oh yeah, like a lot, like his show. Even if it did have problems, I still liked it. Well, mostly for the character.
Mm-hmm. by the way, since we're talking about this, Riley,
Yeah.
what did you think of Kamen Rider Waz?
Kamen Rider was oh boy. Well, let's see. I kind of enjoy Waz's like performance. Just the way his actor is doing a great job with the material. It's well, and his suit. His suit's not too bad. Not too fan of the belt.
I love the belt and the suit aesthetic. The waiting noise, I made that my ringtone.
Actually, oh god, it's just the voice. Ugh. This is there's something about that annoys me the crap out of me. Ugh.
I forgot that he's in the new Garo series.
Yeah.
The God of Fang Jinga. He's the main character.
Yeah.
And he's also doing that, and he's going to be he's in Zio too as Decade.
Yeah, I don't know if Decade's only been in a few episodes.
His actor signed on to do 8 more episodes, so there's a good chance we'll be seeing him again, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Again, this is just from what I've heard.
I need to see that episode because I forgot he was in he appeared as Decade in Shinkenger.
Yeah, that's a funny episode because that's the first time a monster transforms using a hero device.
Kaijinrai, Kaijinrai, Moose Bangaya.
It's funny because that episode's monster with transformed into the end reminds me of the monsters in ZO, the Another Riders, as they're called.
Actually, the more actually.
It really does. That's why I thought one of the things that I thought was cool about ZO. I'm like, oh, cool, monsterized riders. I wanted to see more of that. I'm.
Oh yeah, I forgot this website. The people who run these websites is. I hate that. No, continue.
Wait, what?
There was a website that I used to go to watch very old, K-dramas and all that kind of stuff, and stuff like that. But the owners of that thing, they basically demand that you don't use VPNs or ad blockers and all that kind of stuff on their websites and stuff like that. So I was like, I can't watch GTO anymore.
Does this website contain something talking about an act of affection?
Oh yeah.
Is it the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I hate their site because it's full of ads that, for the uninitiated, could easily get, viruses or like Trojans and stuff. Yet they've programmed their site in a way to say, oh, you're using ad blocks, so we're not going to let you watch it. Which I'm like, first off, pretty sure you're not allowed to be hosting these shows. And second off, pretty sure you guys are making a shitload of money off of it. Like, if the only reason they probably haven't been found out is because anime fans are cheap. Like, let's just be real, anime fans are cheap.
Oh yeah. Like a lot of these shows, the shows that I watch and stuff like that, I would go out and buy if I didn't have to go digging into like niche websites to find them. Like, let me tell you something. The best live action adaptation of an anime I've ever seen, and there will nothing in this world will ever beat it, is the live action adaptation of Great Teacher Onizuka. That is like the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've heard it's good.
Which one? There's multiple versions of it, like one in the 90s, I think, and the one in the late 2000s.
Okay, I have to look that up. But like,
Because I remember watching a drama, Great Teacher Onizuka, like that was made into the mid 2000s.
Oh, Shadow.
Yes.
I beat a Persona game.
The Dancing in Moonlight.
Yeah, I think I probably already told you this, didn't I?
I mean, I saw that it was on your LP channel, so I assumed that.
I was gonna say I beat Persona 3, dancing all night, dancing in Moonlight.
No. It was, to answer your question. It is the 1998.
Okay, so I saw a different one. Okay.
Yeah, the 1998 one. It was only 13 episodes, but it was really good. It was a really good 13 episodes.
All right. Another good live-action trilogy of movies is the Rurouni Kenshin movies.
Yeah, I need to see those, mostly because the guy who played Kamen Rider Deno is Rurouni Kenshin, and I kind of want to see it. The sad thing about that is he'll probably never return to Kamen Rider because he's probably too big of an actor now.
Not true, actually.
Oh, really?
From what I heard, actually, his actor's coming back. His actor came back in the Heisei Generations Forever movie that was released in theaters recently.
Oh, okay. That's cool because I know in the ZO opening they've been showing like this shot of like Momotaro's turning away. I'm like, oh, it's getting super saucy in the Kamen Rider world. By the way, just real quick side note, I like that ZO doesn't play it safe with its time travel stuff. Whereas, like, Kamen Rider Deno very much did, because they're like, oh, the main character's a singularity point, so no matter what he does, it won't affect history. You know what I mean? It felt kind of safe by today's standards, but no, in ZO, they're going all with the, history's changing, the future's changing, there's multiple timelines, all this stuff. I just think that's really cool. That makes me wonder if they're going to do a Deno episode in ZO, because if they did, it would be kind of weird.
I doubt it, but I don't know.
If they did, I could see them, like, I could see it being more like Deno being like the time police and telling them, you're abusing time travel, and blah, blah, blah.
I think I lost what we were doing here in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Did you ever beat Giovanni?
I beat Giovanni, yeah. I had to reset it a few times because I was like, whatever, I didn't want to...
Wait. That chick sitting next to the fountain.
Yeah?
Doesn't that look like a character from the anime?
It's a beauty.
Yeah, but she looks like a direct character from the anime.
Possibly.
That's weird.
She looks like the beauties from Gold and Silver. What's I gonna do? Right, I need to check Cerebi real quick because I can't remember what the... I can't remember if in this game, if you evolve them with the stone, if they lose out on moves.
What, the Pikachu or...
No. I want to evolve my Growlithe. But...
There's like... What level is your Growlithe right now?
32?
Wait till it's 39 to learn... so it can learn Play Rough.
Play Rough?
Yeah. That's the only other move it can learn. Outside of outside of what it is, and that's the last move it learns.
Oh, okay.
And it won't learn Play Rough if you evolve it.
Well, I wonder if Arcanine will actually learn moves, though.
It doesn't.
It doesn't? Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I was checking, and I was checking for someone else who was playing it. It was like they wanted to know what level Arcanine learns extreme speed, and it's like Arcanine doesn't learn. Like Pokemon that evolve with stones don't learn moves after it evolves. Period. I think that's a consistent thing.
That's just dumb.
Other than TMs, so.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, Crimson Trooper.
Unless you like a level 3 Raichu.
Thanks for coming out.
Man, look, let me tell you something about my level 3 Raichu, man. Man, it's so good. It knows Volt Tackle, man. That's all it needs to learn.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, man. Looking rage.
Okay, this Pokedex is, I think, wrong because it's telling me all the wrong moves.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wait, here we go. I had to get down to... No, it's not in there. So...
See, I was telling you,
update
man.
your shit.
Man, look. Some hardcore Pokemon fans aren't updating this shit, man.
Oh, wait, here we go. It was on another page. I'm an idiot. Okay, so I don't remember learning Heat Wave, or maybe I did and just didn't pay attention. Play rough. That's a fairy move.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it
it's that's his last off type move it learns.
Yeah.
And the only thing Arcanine learns... Oh, Arcanine can learn Extreme... Oh, wait, no, never mind. Wrong listing. For a second, I thought
Nope.
it could learn Extreme Speed. Nope,
No,
it can't.
it can learn extreme speed.
It cannot. Not in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Really?
Yeah.
Nope.
That's weird.
I'm looking at because for Let's Go Pokemon and Eevee, I go to Pokemon DB.
Yeah,
Oh,
Crimson
okay.
Trooper. That's the thing about Rathalos. At least in Smash, he stays out of the sky most of the time.
Yeah.
All Monster Hunter games from like Portable Third on, he just is like, I'm gonna stay in the sky. I feel safe here.
I live up here now.
And
This
we're
is
just
like
I just want to cut you.
no. I'm just gonna hang out here.
Nah, dog, I'm good.
This is my home now.
Now, in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, if you had evolved Growlithe now, Arcanine would have learned Extreme Speed at level 34.
Damn it! Why can I not trade with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon?
But yeah, no. Funny enough, Arcanine could learn Teleport in this game.
No
Yeah.
way.
It can learn because it can only learn so many. Headbutt, Helping Hand, Teleport, Rest, Protect, Substitute, Reflect, Dig, Will-O-Wisp, Facade, Iron Tail, Toxic, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, Outrage, Play Rough, Solar Beam, Fire Blast, Hyper Beam, and Superpower.
Oof.
Teleport.
If it can only learn sleep talk, if
Nah.
you use rest and then use sleep talk, that being
It doesn't learn Sleep Talk.
I know if it could, that would be useful.
It is a sad day. So this is the reason why I was just like, I can't. Oh, hey, it's the old guy who's all into girls. Oh God, this is a maze.
Yeah, this
Oh,
one's
the
not too
maze,
bad.
yeah.
Just the text on screen for a second.
Only cute Pokemon are allowed in this gym. What if I put Pikachu in the box? Can I put Pikachu in the box? I'm gonna put Pikachu in the box.
Oh, it feels so good. I just want to bury my face in its belly. It smells good too.
And then
I
someone's
love
phone vibrated.
it.
Oh, that was mine. Sorry.
Almost on cue.
This is Pikachu saying no.
Alright. So,
Oh, by the way, Zero, you
Yeah.
have to let me know. You have to 100% let me know if you're going to be available on Friday.
on Friday?
Yeah,
I
you
probably
have to
will
be
be.
available. Okay. Because if I start off the stream on Friday and no one shows up, I'm going to be having a sad.
What time are you streaming?
I was thinking about just to be on the safe side. Normally I stream around 5. I was just on the safe side, especially since they update the servers on at like 8 o'clock, about 8:30. So we're normally
Oh, to play Monster Hunter. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, also, I can announce this now. The event for Overwatch starts tomorrow night. I'm gonna stream it on the 24th, which is my next stream day. So if you want to stick around for that and play some Overwatch.
Oh no, I'd be down to it. I still have PS Plus. I can do that. Speaking of PS Plus, what was the games free? This one?
I don't know if they swapped it yet. Because I keep checking and it still says it's the same games. Though I've been checking it from my PS3, so I have no idea.
Let me turn on my PS4 and check. Make sure Overwatch is updated.
Yeah, lass, whatever. Act like you don't like it rough, whatever. She's like, you're too rough. Did you say that to me?
This gives me funny feelings.
Yeah, Oni, cut those bushes.
You do know I'm right here, right?
Yep.
Yes, cut those bushes. What are you talking about?
I'll cut them. You gotta pay me money?
No, we talked.
No, you already
we talked
did.
to HM1.
You already did.
We talked.
Yeah,
to
that
HM1.
owes you. You owe me $10.
Nice try, Oni. Go back to doing Bing. Or you can earn additional money by downloading the Brave browser using my code. Because now they added Brave rewards, which I don't quite know how they work. But I know it's money, I think.
Okay, now I remember.
Hashtag sellout.
Okay, now I remember. The games were free this month for PS4 was Steep and Portal Knights, which was a really sad showing considering the last 3 months of last year was just like, oh yeah.
I actually might get Steep. That's what I actually wanted to play through, but excuse me. But
I play Steep every now and then.
But it wasn't one of the games that it's one of the games that I passed up on when I got my PS4. So,
speaking of games that I like, I want to say something and you're gonna look at me like I'm crazy, but I took Monster Hunter out of the disc drive.
No, I do that all the time.
No, you have to understand. I took Monster Hunter out of the disc drive.
That's not that surprising.
It is surprising considering that was the only PlayStation game I played that I have a physical copy of, technically.
What?
Like, look, I only have 3 physical copies of games, and that's Monster Hunter World, Uncharted 4 because they came with my PS4, and God Eater 2 Rage Burst.
Yeah.
Try to get into God Eater.
So Monster Hunter, and game that came with your system.
Yes, pretty much.
Did I mention Monster Hunter?
Yes, mention Monster Hunter. I've been playing through God Eater 2, and just like low key. Okay, let me be real with you. I think the combat system in God Eater 2 is okay, but I just hate the story.
Yeah.
I hate the story. Without spoiling it, without spoiling anything for those who might, if we ever get to go in to play Monster Hunter, God Eater 2 first.
Even you're doing it now.
It is. The plot is someone trying to make their fan fiction 100% canon.
Huh.
So the Christian?
Oh God.
Yes. I will compare the villain of God Eater 2 to Christian.
Don't say Christian. You'll attract Brad to my stream.
No.
See, I know a lot of Brads.
Sorry, Ox7 Gaming.
Okay, there you go.
My friend Brad, who records stuff with me on my channel sometimes. He also has his own channel called Ox7 Gaming.
So now that you cleared out your computer, you did your yearly wipe. When are you setting up for our playthrough?
I'm glad you asked because there's something I want to tell you when the stream's done. I'll actually tell all you guys.
Oh Lord!
It's not the best news, but it's news, and I'll tell you guys after the stream because it's
ominous.
I'll put it this way: it's been a rough week, and it's only 2 days into the week. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good night, man.
What's up?
Oh, more
Yo.
Pokemon.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I bet you're still feeling jealous that I got to see the NAS American booth.
Oh, I'm super jelly.
Well, they didn't have like a gameplay demo of Trails of the Cold Steel 3. They just had like a big advertisement. They had like what was it, the Clay Effect Overdose playable, the SNK Anniversary Collection, and some other niche titles.
I gotta get the SNK Anniversary Collection because it's actually a really solid collection.
So I've heard.
Either way, though, my expectation for the Cold Steel 3 localization went from kind of worried to cautiously optimistic now, since I got some of the key Xseed people to work on it now. So.
I mean, I don't know if they've handled like Cold Steel poorly before, but Nice is usually a pretty good company.
They did another Falcom game, East 8, and they handled it pretty bad.
Oh, is East 8? What's bad about it?
It's more like translation issues and everything, and plus like there's been localization problems with it. I mean, a lot of fans of the East games like criticize Falcom's choice to work with NAS America as opposed to Xseed games. So granted, Xseed games takes a long time to localize the games, but the fans actually like the amount of effort that they put into it. And I take it Falcom just wants to release the games faster, so they just decided, you know what, screw Xseed, let's just work with NAS America for whatever reason. But
I mean, another company would have been better, but
yeah, I mean, E8 I heard is still a fun game to be on par in terms of translation compared to the other game.
To their credit, though, they did go back and fix the issues.
Yeah, so I mean, if you bought it like day one, which I'm honestly kind of a bit confused, like which version of the game to actually get. Do I get the PC version? Do I get the Switch version or the PS4?
Don't buy the PC version, it's bad.
Oh, the PC version's bad, huh?
Yeah, like that one's like glitchy.
Oh,
so I went with the PS4 version, but I heard like the Switch version's pretty decent, so I'd say either PS4 or Switch.
Okay. Let me look at the current reviews of the PC version of Ys 8.
Well, on the Steam reviews are mostly negative, so.
Well, right now, recent reviews have been mostly positive. Maybe they fixed it.
It's possible.
Possible.
When this game isn't crashing, it's excellent. The problem is that it crashes very often. Don't get this game until the crashes get fixed, if they ever do. That's like the top review. That's like the first review I saw.
Yeah. Sounds like it's
so basically, there's still crashing issues of this.
Yep.
Which is a shame because I wanted to consistently collect all the Ys games on fucking PC, but
that's why even with like the best team they could possibly get with Cold Steel 3, I'm a little worried about them doing a PC port of it.
Damn it!
This is on the same engine too, so.
Same engine as the first two games?
No, the same engine as Ys 8.
Okay, so they used a different updated engine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess if no one minds, I guess I could talk a little bit more about PAX South and what I got to see. I got to see an interesting Capcom booth of them promoting Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry 5.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm super jealous now too.
Yeah, I had that like some sort of like they had like a great great area to take photos with where I basically posed as, unfortunately, as RE6 Leon. Yes, I hate Resident Evil 6 with a dying passion. That game can go burn in hell. Okay, I don't hate it as much as other games. It's to me one of the weakest in the series. So I improvised with RE6 Leon because at least the designs of Leon in that game were good. So I took photos as RE6 Leon in that damaged police car set with
Oh, did you wear your Leon cosplay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't play the demo that they had, which I heard it was different from the one-shot demo because the line was so bad. It was always getting capped, and I was like, I would have to wait an hour or two just to play a 20-minute or 15-minute demo. So,
yeah, that's not worth it.
Yeah, so same thing with the Devil May Cry 5 demo. It's like I played the Xbox One demo. The only thing, the guys told me the only difference is that they just had extra Devil Breaker arms to be utilized. But other than that, it's just arguably the same thing. I was like, okay, I played the Xbox One exclusive demo, so I didn't need to wait for that.
Yeah.
But the booth looked nice. I will say that. And plus, posing in front while people were playing like the multiple screens of Devil May Cry 5 was a Nero and God, I forgot what that girl's name was. There was like some talented cosplayers just posing at the booth. So basically just to hype up the game or something. So there was that. Devolver Digital had a booth of showcasing some indie games because they're Devolver Digital.
Did they show what's the name escapes me? But
Metal Wolf Chaos?
Yes, Metal Wolf Chaos.
I didn't see any. I didn't see them.
I can't wait for that
but
fucking
Namco
game.
had a booth. They had mainly Jump Force and Ace Combat 7. I got a chance to try out Jump Force, well, the demo that they had.
Yeah.
I will say this though: the split screen is much better than fucking J-Stars. It covers the entire fucking screen. And I'm like, why didn't It's like, why didn't J-Stars fucking do this? There's no split screen. We all share the same screen. So if you, to give you an example, if you played like, was it the local? No, it's Ultimate. It just.
The local multiplayer, they make these
I do know-
tiny little screens that you play on. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
However,
I think you're cutting out, Shadow. Alex?
Snake.
every time
Snake!
Dun 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 dun. I'm sorry, but that joke was too good.
days of my trip to Comic-Con.
Dude, we didn't hear a thing you said.
It can be a very
cut
jarring
out.
thing, but
Dude,
I
Shadow,
hope that they can
Shadow,
fix this because
Shadow,
the game is trying
Shadow,
to
Shadow,
maintain
Shadow,
a 30 frames
Shadow,
per second.
Shadow,
I believe it's
Shadow,
30 frames per
Shadow,
second.
Shadow,
performance
Shadow,
with
Shadow,
a game that looks
Shadow,
really, really
Shadow,
well detailed.
Shadow. How many times do I have to say your name before you hear what I'm
games
saying?
such as J-Stars
Shadow,
and My Hero One
Shadow,
Jump.
Shadow.
Alex, we didn't hear a word you were
We
saying.
can't hear a
'cause,
word you're saying, dude. You're cutting out hardcore.
Yeah.
And he's also lagging hardcore.
He is, yeah. So I don't think he even knows that we're talking to him right now. And then I said his name 60 times.
It wasn't 60
100,
times.
but who's counting?
Why did I take a great sword to this fight?
I don't know.
Why did you not take a great sword to this fight? I'm
Because
just
the great
kidding.
sword, the great swords in God Eater 2 is hit and miss.
I gotta get back to playing God Eater 1.
Yeah, Resurrection is the better game. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
Believe
And
it
if you
or
still
not,
have,
I'm walking.
and I do believe it's still on sale if you haven't gotten it on Steam yet. Because I have both.
Oh god.
I have it both on Steam and on PS4. Both games.
I have the games on Steam.
I'm on PS4.
They're talking about God Eater.
God Eater 2, Rage Burst.
Shadow, that entire last conversation you had in the last 5 minutes, you cut out. We couldn't hear any of it.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, long story short, Jump Force is decent just with performance issues.
Ah.
Yeah, god damn it.
Yeah, I actually said your name like several times, like over
I didn't
and over
even
again.
hear that.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
That was gonna be a stream highlight, I guess.
Oh god.
If somebody wants to clip that, but it's probably too late to clip it.
It's alright, there's still the
Highlight your tool. You know what? To be honest, sidebar, I do like the highlight tool of they made on there. It makes
how do you
exporting.
use it?
Oh, okay. Check it. Once you set a clip range on the highlight tool, and so like that, you could just press the plus button. I had to look at it. I had to look at it directly. You could press the plus button, and you can actually just make multiple highlights as like episodes. Because that's how I did my my playthrough of the Zelda randomizer. That's why it's in like multiple parts instead of just one highlight reel.
Do I do it from Streamlabs?
No, you do it. You can do it directly from the Twitch website.
Oh, okay. I can't do it right now then.
Yeah, but like it's really.
Can you
it's
do
really
it
good.
from the mobile app?
I'm not sure. I have not tried doing anything on from mobile per se. I have the mobile app only because they force you to get the mobile app to when you be an affiliate.
No, they don't.
I had to get it. I had to get it because for the two person oath verification thing.
Oh no, I didn't have to for that. I got it. I already had Authy and 2-factor, so I already had 2 forms of authentication. So it didn't. I guess that's why it didn't make me do it. But
yeah, it made me do it. So
let's just see here.
Also, I like the name of this monster I'm fighting in God Eater 2. It is such a unique name.
Yeah, well,
What's it called?
It's called Yukon Vasara.
Ooh, okay.
It's an electrical alligator.
Oh.
Into your crocodile alligator.
I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
It's it has a turbine in its back. I'll post a picture of it once I'm done killing it. It's pretty cool. I do like its aesthetic and everything.
All right.
No, we're losing people.
Oh, Shadow's back.
Shadow.
The hedgehog?
No.
I'm Shadow.
No.
I'm the coolest.
Shadow Ranger?
That's better.
Line in there.
Yeah.
I recall in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle that stupid line. It's like, I'm the coolest after getting hit.
I'm the coolest.
There was some bad writing in the.
Yeah, it was just as cringeworthy as, you know, in that remember that Street Fighter 2 cartoon where Ken got...
Oh my god.
I can't believe this. How this fire happened?
Oh yeah, where Ken gets his ass kicked and he responds even by getting his ass kicked. He's like, "Oh, you're a loser." Like,
Oh,
what?
that.
But guys, we can't forget about the Double Dragon cartoon because you have to live the code of the dragon. Shadowboard, yeah.
You gotta rock the dragon.
Live the code of the dragon. Fight for right, the life of the dragon.
We have to riff the riff of the dragon.
Anybody remember the Mortal Kombat cartoon?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
It's combat
Oh, God,
time!
that was horrible.
It's combat time.
Fucking Sonya Blade, I swear.
Yeah.
Apparently, I get Cartoon Network now, and my brother and my dad were watching the new Mega Man show on Sunday morning. I was like, "Why didn't you wake me up?" They're like, "I don't know."
I don't fucking know.
I've heard pretty mixed things about that show, to be
Yeah,
honest.
same. I've heard mixed things. I am still gonna watch it because Mega Man fan. But one thing I was gonna say when you were talking about Capcom's booth earlier, Shadow, is that man, Capcom is hitting her pretty, coming out swinging in the last few years, haven't they?
Yep, they have. I mean,
Resident Evil 7, the Mega
Lost
Man
in the
collections, Mega Man 11, RE2 remakes happening, DMC 5. I probably missed a bunch.
Yeah, it's just...
don't forget Monster Hunter World.
Monster Hunter World. Yeah, how could I forget that one?
It's crazy, though, because, like, a few years ago, we were all pissed off at Capcom.
Yeah.
It was a dark age of Capcom, but the only thing is, though, even though this is a kind of bit of a minor complaint at this point, they are still lacking in their fighting game genres.
I will say
Yeah,
Street Fighter. I will say Street Fighter 5. I was happy with because of how they made some changes. Like, for example, Ken was finally a different character. Like, and I know that he's been different in other games like Alpha 3 and stuff like that, but it was still like a Ryu. He actually plays a little different now in Street Fighter 5, which is nice because he's my main for when I play competitive. But But yeah, it did not have a good launch. So that game is...
Yeah. It was a botch launch. I mean, some
It
people
was.
are still mixed about it to this day. I mean, but I can't say it's a terrible game, but it could be worse.
You know what, though? I did like the story mode they added. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I heard that it was actually pretty good. The only thing, but I cannot say the same thing for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because that game could just be forgotten in the
Yeah,
dumpster.
I regret buying the edition with the DLC stuff.
And you didn't buy that super statue edition with all those amazing Easter eggs?
I didn't buy the one with the statue. I bought the one that came with the DLC, and it was like over $100, and I was like, because I thought one of my friends was gonna play the game with me, and it turns out that he didn't.
Game was garbage.
And neither of us wanted to play it, so we were like, well, fuck, I wasted my money on this. It's not a
And then
terrible
Dragon
game,
Ball
it's just not that good. Like, if anything, it reminds me a lot of Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, which is a good game, but it's kind of
that's much better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is a
there's-
much better game too.
There's more content in Tatsunoko,
Yeah.
so...
Also, by the way, Dragon Ball FighterZ came out the same year, and
Yep.
it gets ass so badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was so bad that Infinite is no longer a part of, like, competitive play now.
Yeah. It's and the funny thing is that I think Capcom probably like thought they were okay because unfortunately Arc System Work had been playing second fiddle to them for a couple of years when it came to competitive fighting games. But like
look
Dragon
where
Ball
we are now.
Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters pretty much cemented like them as like a quality fighting game developer. And I like a lot of their fighting games. I like the Blaze Blue series. I like Guilty Gear. They did Persona 4 Arena, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Persona 4 Arena, despite me knowing nothing about Persona, is a really fun game. And it's just Capcom doesn't make fighting games the same way they used to. That's basically the main.
The only
problem with
fighting
it.
game that kind of had botched Arc Systems was Blaze Blue Tag Battle. Granted, it's not a bad game, but why did you have to do that? Why did you have to do that? Half characters are going to be DLC bullshit.
Yeah. I want to play that game, but it's one of those games where I'm like, if they make a Game of the Year edition, then I'll get it.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
granted, it's not expensive. I mean, $20 will give you all the other characters, but to buy the base game for that much. But if you get the base game cheap and then maybe just get the DLC for $20, then it wouldn't be that bad. I don't know.
So, I'm gonna give, like, even, like, Dark Ages of Capcom one thing, though. At least even when we were pissed off at them, at least they didn't make pachinko machines over games.
Oh,
my God.
Konami, you can eat a dick.
Yeah.
I mean, the best thing what they've done recently was allow them to have Snake Beat return to Smash Ultimate and add Simon and Richter Belmont.
Yeah. That's about it.
I think it's funny that whenever I think of the Dark Ages of Capcom, I always think back to the fact that they had to license a fan game to get a Mega Man game to come out.
Yeah. I remember
Granted, it was a
that.
good fan game. but
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it
but
just-
like it was just like it's just like wow, guys, wow,
Yeah.
like
You can't-
for real.
And the thing is, a lot of people were looking forward to half the games that canceled, too.
Mhm.
So,
the salt still on the wounds. It still stings.
I mean,
there's hope
they
now, but...
they pretty well redeemed themselves during the 30th anniversary celebration. I mean, we got 4 collections, a really, really good new Mega Man game, and like just all the stuff they did throughout the last year for the anniversary. Like,
Yep.
in my eyes, they're kind of redeemed, but at least in the side of Mega Man things, I'm still holding out that Legends 3 is going to come back, but I'm going to be holding out for a while.
They'd have to do a little bit of reworking if they do, though, because the 3DS is kind of dead now.
I mean,
Even if they did a straight
The
port
best-
to the Switch from the 3DS, the game they were working on, I'd be okay with that, but
Yeah.
I know not a lot of people would be. So,
I wouldn't I wouldn't want, to be honest, I wouldn't want a Legends game on the Nintendo console. To be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All the Legend games were on PlayStation. They should just be a Sony exclusive.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, we've had Mega Man X starting out on Nintendo, and then they went to PlayStation.
Not to mention Not to mention we had Mega Man 64, which is essentially Mega Man Legends 1 on the Nintendo 64.
Yeah. But they had to crunch it down so bad. It was like the worst port ever.
It's actually the way I first played the game. Funny enough. And they playing the PlayStation version first, then trying to play Mega Man 64 was just like, oh no, I'm not doing that. I will say, Mega Man 6. What's nice about Mega Man 64 is the textures on the graphics are better, and there's no loading, which is nice. Even though that game's loading times aren't that terrible, so it's
like I don't ever remember the load times ever being like even egregious when it came to Mega Man Legends 1 or 2 and stuff like that. There's some parts in the game like that are kind of bad, but it's not like it never gets like, let me put it this way, it never gets to like Neo Geo CD bad. Like the only places I could think of like really the load times in Mega Man Legends PlayStation was the sub-cities. And it was only because the sub-cities was like this giant black void with a large sandbox. No, skybox.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I'm still doing that Let's Play with Blondie of Mega Man Legends, and we're getting close to Bruno. I can't wait to see how he plays that fight. That fight used to piss me off as a kid. Oh, right. The giant robot in Node City. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't remember. I was like, Bruno. And I was like, yeah. I only remember its name super well because I remember getting my ass kicked by it so hard as a kid until eventually I figured it out. Yeah, trying to beat that boss for the first time on the N64, that was a bit of a challenge. And I'd gotten used to the controls by then, so you figured I would have an easy time, but nope. That boss just sucks, especially if you're not ready.
I can imagine how tough it would be on the N64 controller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That thing. That's basically my. Oh, go ahead.
No, then again, like the N60, that's one of the few. That was one of the few games that didn't have dual analog control. Mm-hmm. You did everything on that on D-pad, even on the PlayStation. Oh yeah, they didn't do that till the second game. Yeah. And even then, it still was really tanky.
Yeah. That's early 3D RPGs for you.
Oh, excuse me. Damn it, Machoke. Quit trying to Machoke me.
Trying to choke you out.
What a Majoke.
Machoke got burned.
Guess he won't be Machoking the chicken anytime soon.
Oh, damn it.
Right guy, where you at?
Puns are my thing, you jackass. I'm talking. I hate you, and I hate you. I hope your stupid friends die.
Hey, listen, don't get Machoked up about it.
What the fuck?
Oh, okay, that's it. I'm done. Fuck you guys, I'm out of here.
Bye. See ya. Leave. Get out.
No, I'm kidding.
Nah, let him stay.
Yeah, he's been a really good Machamp about it.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, I'm done.
Right. Did I hear right? Are you playing with the CO driver?
Yes, I have the GQ driver.
GQ driver, yeah.
A bunch of ride watches, and well, some are Gashpon, some are Candy Toy, some are DX, some are.
Is there any difference between them?
Exclusive item.
Is there any difference between the types, or is it just aesthetic?
Let me put. Okay. Well, the DX ones have like more than ones have. They have lights and all that. And the sounds are mostly activated by the top button.
Ow.
Holy shnikes.
Dude, that's kind of loud.
Sorry.
I'm deaf.
Of course you are. You yell all the time.
What?
Okay, Gashpon ones. Yeah. Okay, you know how the DX ones can turn do the rotating watch thing, in the show. The Gashpon ones can do that.
Really?
Yeah, and they also work on a cycling system.
Oh, kind of like the.
Kind of like the lock seeds, or
because the lock seeds you could at least cycle them the right way to make it work.
At least for a little bit. The only way to really there is actually two modes. There's actually just its regular ride watch mode, and but if you hold down the side button, you can actually get the GQ driver mode, which when you activate that, it can work properly, the GQ driver.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And the speaker on the Candy Toy ones is not as good. Doesn't sound horrible, but
What one was that?
That was Evolve. That was Evolve from Build.
Oh, right.
Now the two campaign bonus ones I have are. Thank you.
Would be a lot better for your Gyarados. Well, I mean, I have skulls, so.
Okay. Now the two campaign bonus ones I have, these are kind of a mix of DX and Candy Toy, Gashpon, whatever. With you can do the rotating thing with them, but you can't activate the sounds by pressing the top button. You have to do it by the side.
Cross.
Yeah, and of course, if you want this thing to work properly in your GQ driver, you have to hold down the button for a certain amount of time, like maybe a few seconds. Like that.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to switch it back to ride watch mode, there is a button on the back. So yeah. Yes, and that's the difference, or the best I can to describing the differences. I'm very terrible when it comes to this sort of thing.
And he has a YouTube channel for it.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Ow!
Alright. So should I go for Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee?
Hitmonchan.
If there was a choice for hip hop, the Hypno. Yeah, I can't even say it. Never mind, forget it.
Hypnotic? Yeah, Hypnotic and Hennessy. Holy, a good choice.
Yeah, because it feels like I actually have to.
Galactic, hypnotic, intergalactic.
No.
You see, my joke works.
You see, I don't care.
You don't. You really don't.
Nope.
And that's
all I care about is where's my money? Why aren't you paying me my money? And where's the hooker from down the street?
Wow, really? You gonna really say that? Okay.
What did I miss?
Excuse me?
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, dear.
All right, guys, for real. I got a few votes for Hitmonchan. Should I go for Hitmonchan or?
Let me give you my. My
Educated.
educated look over.
Edumacated.
Look over. Right.
Also, I forgot to.
You know, if you're gonna be rude like that, you can just go. Okay.
Also, just FYI, Zero. If you want to get other riders like Cross or like Brave or something, just basically any other like secondary or extra rider amongst that, you got to get them through Gashpon or Candy Toy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hitmonchan is going to be my choice only because you'll get it and it'll have coverage.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All those punch
and you'll have more
moves.
option for the elemental punches.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It doesn't have abilities, so it's not fully a big choice, but it's better. It has a better move pool than Hitmonlee.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hitmonlee is good if you want strictly like fighting moves. So
Yeah. Also, it learns more moves than Hitmonlee, so there's also that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might actually pick Hitmonchan and add it to my party. Now I gotta think of a name.
Do you guys know any Little Mac mains? No, I kid. No one mains Little Mac.
Hey, look.
Oh,
Hey,
actually,
Hitmonchan said Knuckle. That's not how you do it. You're supposed to say your name, Hitmonchan.
Knuckles!
Knuckles, Knuckles, Knuckles.
Knuckles. Call him Nuts.
Nux.
Yeah.
I call him Nux, but okay.
Knuckles!
Oh, he already comes with
No,
Thunder
no,
Punch,
wait.
Ice Punch, and Fire Punch. Oh, jeez, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
he's immediately good, and like the next actual decent move he learns is
I think I have an idea for a name.
he gets Mega Punch. He gets Mega Punch later, but like I think you would just hold out for counter at level 45.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or
let's
if
see.
you get the TM, teach him Brick Break, so you have something stab.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, Ukon Basara, I did post a picture of that in the chat in media.
Okay, I think I've got a name for it.
Okay.
Let's see. How do I?
Oh,
do this
dude, you can reorder the moves.
Oh, you can? Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the screen right now. It says press rod to reorder moves.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. All this time, I'm like, oh, they took that out. Nope, I'm an idiot.
Okay. Okay, I'm no longer laughing.
How the fuck do you change the name again? I forget. Let's see. I'm gonna switch it out for Danky Kang.
I have a question. Have you
Here we go.
natures really don't matter in this game.
Yeah, they don't, unfortunately.
Crimson Trooper. But no, there it is on there. It says change name. Under check summary. There you go.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. This might be a bit of an obscure reference, but I thought it was a cool name. Alright, there we go. I have named my Hitmonchan Telro Boxer. Anybody get the reference?
Tellero Boxer.
Anybody get the reference?
No,
Nope.
change it to Knuckles.
No, I'm not changing it to Knuckles. Tellero
You
Boxer
suck!
is one of the best games on the Virtual Boy.
The Virtual Boy!
Yes, Oni, get mad.
Oh no.
I love
Headaches!
Why you do this?
Headaches!
Yeah, so I just like how that entire conversation goes. Is just like reference. I have to go home with this asshole.
I love how Crimson gets it. Alright. Let's test out Tellero Boxer. I also thought of calling it Megalobox, but
Oh, that's a good anime.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, they've been airing that on Toonami.
I've got Toonami exist.
I probably don't blame you though, because internet.
Who's typing?
That'd be me. Sorry. Hold on, I'll mute myself.
It's fine.
Alrighty.
Alright, so I think we're going to start with a Sunda Punch. Oh yeah, that stab damage really helps him out. Ah boy,
Fuck him up.
okay. Alright, Bimmy.
Ultra Instinct Scooby Doo.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
This thing is so good.
This is only 10% of my power, zoinks!
This is only 10% of my power!
Oh, and no Thunder Punch, you son of a bitch. No, Bimmy.
Bimmy and Jimmy.
Yeah, my shaggy
Thunder
son.
punch out of nowhere.
I gotta post this in the chat. Oh.
Yeah, I want to see that later. It sounds delightful.
Well, nice job, Bimmy. You suck! You fucking suck!
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself?
Considering he single-handedly beat this entire gym.
Loser.
Hello, sir.
How many ways can the word loser be said tonight?
In-game loot. Wow, that's kind of sad. Warframe, you disappoint me.
What did it do now?
I was looking at the prime loot and stuff like that. I was like, oh, you can get this, you can get some platinum, and I was like, oh yeah, you get 50 non-tradable platinum. That's not enough to get anything. I can make 50 platinum just by coughing in a random direction.
Can you?
Yeah, I can. I just don't bother with it because it's such a grind. Making the in-game currency in Warframe is such a grind. I can't. Because I gotta farm relics, and I gotta find the right relics that people want to buy, and then like I have to get entire sets, and they're just like, I don't want to do this.
Oy vey, why you got to do this?
I don't want to do this.
Okay, I believe you.
Baba Kanish.
Dish.
Do you know the way?
I think the worst accent I've ever done in a casual conversation was my Donald Trump impersonation when he was talking about how he just can't play Dark Souls because it's too hard.
You know who does an amazing Donald Trump impression?
Who?
Fucking Oni.
What?
Not you.
God, yeah,
Not you. Oni cartoons.
Only cartoons?
Oh yeah, because of that. You're talking about that parody, right?
Yeah.
I was about to say I would build a wall
I don't wanna
around
hear it.
that game.
We're
Honey,
gonna build a wall
it's
between
okay.
us and
It's
the red
okay.
team's base.
I
we're
want you
going
to,
to
I
make
want you
the
to
red
know
team pay
that
for it.
impersonation was very on point, very on point, very stellar. I like it. I want to buy it. I want to put it on my wall. I want to put it on the wall. I'm going to make the Mexicans pay for it. Okay? So here's the problem with the wall issue.
Guys,
okay? The Democrats
please.
are
Can we
very-
stop?
Please,
let's
guys.
Stop.
Your government is in lockdown.
La la la.
Yeah, let's not get into Republicans versus Democrats and just.
Yes,
Let's just agree.
I was going to make a video game joke, but you guys cut me off because you guys got scared. That's okay. I love you anyway. Good night, everyone. Mwah!
Let's just agree that both sides suck. There we go.
I was going to say that Democrats are Digimon fans, and I'm strictly Pokemon.
All right.
I think that's worse.
I guess guess I'm Democrat then because Digimon was the better anime.
Oh. Snap.
First series, yes.
Let's see. You had season 1, which was okay, but it was heavily censored in the United States. Season 2 was very terrible. Okay, let me finish.
I love season 2.
Season 2 was okay, but they tried to recapture what makes season 1 really good and did not do it. Season 3 was good for emos. Season 4 was okay. Season 5 existed because someone had to punch a Digimon.
Hey, I liked season 3.
Season 6 had 2 seasons. 2.
Yeah, I kind of stopped after Frontier.
Alright. Well, guys, I hate to break this up, but I definitely love to break this up. I think I'm done my stream for the night. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. And,
I have one question before you close. Do you buy anything in this game? Because you have over 160,000.
I bought those glasses for my Pikachu so he could look more like Oni.
But do you buy anything else?
I wait till the end of the game and splurge.
Okay. I thought that you just had a stockpile of money for no reason.
Oh, by the way, anybody in the chat, whether it be now or when this VOD gets uploaded, let me know how you think of how the stream went. I've switched over from using XSplit to using Streamlabs OBS. It runs a lot better on my computer, and I can stream at a higher rate, apparently, with less drop frames, according to what my notification center says here. So hopefully this hopefully that is it looks good, and be able to do this. The only thing I can't do is I don't have it on Restream, but I can always upload the VODs to YouTube. Plus, nobody watches my streams on YouTube anymore. It's all on Twitch, so I think I'm going to go 100% Twitch now instead of streaming on YouTube as well. But either way, guys, thanks for watching tonight. I will see you on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, same time, for some Overwatch, because the event, the Chinese New Year event starts on Thursday. So we will go ahead, and actually starts tomorrow night, but time zones and whatnot. But we'll all be playing it on Thursday. So yeah, see you guys then.